The following feature presentation is part of the Skywalking Network.
This is what you can look forward to on this happy holiday episode 540 of Skywalking Through Neverland.
It's not a nostalgia trip. We had to go backwards in order to go forward.
We're combining Star Wars and Christmas. Oh!
Super fun!
Mm-hmm.
Another of the press event's highlights, of course, featured Carrie Fisher and her incomparable wit.
One night I got up, I said, hey, where's Sarah? Oh, she's over there on Harrison Ford's handprints.
Are you ready?
Off to Neverland.
Here we go!
A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away.
To all who come to this happy place, welcome. Disneyland is your land.
When I first made Star Wars, everybody in Hollywood said, well, this is a movie Disney should have made.
You're more than just fans. You're family.
Best day ever!
Secrets loud.
It's about family, and that's what's so powerful about it.
Hey.
When you use a bird to write with, it's called tweeting.
When we visit the world of Disney, we never grow old. It's a Peter Pan, Never Land that keeps us young in heart.
This is Jedi Master Obi-Wan Kenobi, and you are skywalking through Neverland. I have a good feeling about this.
Happy holidays, Skywalkers! It was 10 years ago that we were celebrating the holidays and The Force Awakens. And last week, in part one of our Force Awakens celebration, details told us behind-the-scenes stories of being in the film, and we reminisced with Rick Peralta about the fun time we had lining up.
This week, we'll take you back to the Force Awakens press conference that included the cast and filmmakers. Now, we had one goal when we started Skywalking Through Neverland, and that was to attend this press conference and bonus, the world premiere.
Check.
Amazing.
So we're going to play clips from not only the press event, but from our recording that we did in 2015 that led up to the release of The Force Awakens. Archival footage at its best. Mm-hmm. But for right now, we want to welcome you back to Skywalking Through Neverland. I am Richard Woloski, but now everyone please say hello to my sweetie wife Sarah and how cute she looks. Look how cute she is. Look at her.
We're dressed as little elves. I've got my little red capelet on, and you're dressed as Elf.
I'm sporting my elf jacket.
Yes, but you have your fancy, schnazzy top hat.
Gotta have a top hat, yeah.
Yes.
I don't want people confusing me with Will Ferrell. It's happened before.
Oh, and your new glasses, your Stormtrooper.
My Stormtrooper glass. Speaking of Rick Peralta.
Yes.
Yeah, he set me up with these very, very nice glasses. Look at those.
They are Stormtrooper lens shaped.
They're inspired by the Stormtrooper lenses. And ever since we went to go see Rick to have our eyes checked and glasses, I kept saying, what, Sarah?
Oh, you wanted Stormtrooper glasses. This was like your one wish.
And guess what? It finally came true. There's my Christmas wish right there, to be a Stormtrooper.
They are bespoke glasses designed by Rick. Amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. All right, Skywalkers, if you haven't already, please subscribe to Skywalking Through Neverland on YouTube to see all of the clips and additions that we put in each video version of the show. And we are your enthusiastic podcast destination for the many decades of your Star Wars, Disney, Marvel, and pop culture fandom. So it's time for your weekly Wookiee hug and your little sprinkle of pixie dust for our family of Skywalkers.
I want some snowflakes. We have some snowflakes in there.
Some snow flurries.
Oh, there you go. Flurries.
Yeah, flurries. Oop, blah, blah, blah.
Blah, la, 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 la. All right, now we are being sponsored by Small World of Vacations, and they are a diamond-level Disney vacation planner travel agency that can help you book your trip to a Disney park around the world, on a Disney cruise, or to a Universal theme park. Just head over there to smallworldvacations.com for a no-obligation price quote and tell them Skywalking Through Neverland sent you, and tell them happy holidays.
You know what? I always hear the ghost of the Galactic Star Cruiser when you're booking your vacation. You know how you used to say that?
Yeah.
Not anymore. But at least you can visit Epic Universe.
Yeah.
And Disneyland and Disney World.
Or you can go watch our Galactic Star Cruiser videos.
Yes, that too. All right, another sponsor, Spirit Jersey, now has their own Star Wars and Disney license you can buy outside the parks. And definitely follow them on social media because they'll have like one-day specials, a release of something interesting. So head to spiritjersey.com and you can always get free shipping with our code SKYWalkNeverland, which is SKYWLKNVD. There are no vowels.
Not around the holidays, no vowels.
Unless Y is considered a vowel.
Sometimes Y.
Sometimes Y. All right.
When you need that extra consideration, sometimes Y.
Absolutely.
All right, now we are recording this from Long Beach, California on December the 23rd, 2025.
All right, so Richard, what happened today in Star Wars history?
All right, I've been waiting all month for this one. This is my favorite Star Wars Christmas crossover.
Ooh.
There's only a few of them. This and the Star Wars Christmas in the Stars album, but I think this is my favorite. So on this date, December 23rd, 1977, 48 years ago, a special Star Wars holiday ad is placed in local newspapers to promote the ongoing release of Star Wars that reads, "Happy Holidays and may the Force be with you throughout the new year." And a season's greeting is included from 9 characters, including Darth Vader, C-3PO, Chewbacca, R2-D2, Luke Skywalker, Ben Kenobi, Grand Moff Tarkin, Han Solo, and Princess Leia. It's funny that R2's message comes in like little computer tape.
Oh, yeah, it's very cute.
And Chewbacca's got all his letters all backwards.
Aww.
And Darth Vader, his wish is best wishes to all the friends of the Empire.
Can I say I love C-3PO's, which is heartiest felicitations.
Luke Skywalker says, "My very best wishes, peace."
This was the 70s, wasn't it?
Yes, very much so.
Ben Kenobi just says, best Ben Kenobi. That's nice.
Hey, Ben, there's some more
Yeah.
room to write some stuff there.
I know. It's like, Ben, don't you have some words of wisdom you want to share?
Right.
Like,
Just give us a "May the Force be with you," Ben.
exact. I was like, yes, if anyone's going to write that, it should be Ben Kenobi at this point.
Even Grand Moff Tarkin comes in with greetings to all the followers of the Death Star.
What?
See, he puts a personal spin in there.
That's really weird. And then Han Solo is very Han Solo-ish. Best wishes and happy holidays.
Yeah.
Can you ever hear Han Solo saying this?
Not at all. And Princess Leia, what does she say?
All my love, Princess Leia. Which seems like a girl thing to say. I'm not necessarily sure if Princess Leia would say that.
No.
Kind of depends on who she would say it to.
Right. She may say, "All my love, now get back to work."
Yeah, exactly.
That's more of a Princess Leia thing.
Absolutely.
So after 7 months of continuing to play in theaters, Fox had to keep Star Wars fresh to the holiday moviegoers. So they had placed this in newspapers, and I remember seeing this and like, "Oh, are all my new friends wishing me a happy holiday?" Oh my goodness. And I felt this was very personal to me.
Aww.
So next year I'll have to find my original ad, the ad slick from the Boston Globe.
Ooh.
And I'm sure it's got tape marks all over it and punctured by thumbtacks and stuff.
So when you saw it in the newspaper, you cut it out. And
Oh
saved
yeah,
it. Absolutely.
I hung it up and I love this because once again we're combining Star Wars and Christmas. Oh,
super fun.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love it. All right. Well, before we roll into our Force Awakens celebration, we must continue our Skywalking Through Neverland holiday tradition of playing the Monkees a cappella rendition of the 16th century Spanish carol, Ryuchi.
Ryuchi la guarda ribera, Dios guardó el lobo de nuestra cordera. Dios guardó el lobo de nuestra cordera. Ryuchi la guarda ribera. Dios guardó el lobo de nuestra cordera. Dios guardó el lobo de nuestra cordera. El lobo rabioso la quiso morder, mas Dios poderoso la supo defender. Quízole hacer que no pudiese pecar, ya no originales tu virgen no tuviera. Riu, riu, shiu, la guarda rivera. Dios guardó el lobo de nuestra cordera. Dios guardó el lobo de nuestra cordera. Esta que es nacido es el gran monarca, Cristo patriarca de carne vestido, ya nos redimido con serse chiquito, aunque infinito, finito se hiciera. Riu, riu, shiu, la guarda rivera. Dios guardó el lobo de nuestra cordera. Dios guardó el lobo de nuestra cordera.
In part 1 last week, we talked about both filming The Force Awakens with details and how much fun it was in line for a weeks-long Star Wars party with Rick Peralta of liningup.net. Now this week, we are going to go back in the archives and play audio that we recorded from the Chinese theater forecourt. It was so fun to listen to this again.
Yeah, you know what? For being a very young podcast, I thought we sounded very good.
Me too. And like we really cut out the sound in the forecourt because it was noisy on Hollywood Boulevard.
Mm-hmm.
But wow, we were crystal clear in that sound. So it was great. Yeah, and also that week was so special because we attended the Force Awakens press conference. So we are also going to play some audio from that experience. And it's really illuminating to see everyone's viewpoints from 10 years ago before we saw the movie, because this press conference was a day before we actually saw the film.
Right. This was December the 6th, the press event.
So it was a week before we saw the film. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, so they couldn't do spoilers or anything, but a lot of their comments and stuff, it's just so interesting to hear.
All right, so now let's start with some clips from the Chinese theater liningup.net space in the forecourt. Now I want to say food court. Where we camped out on all the famous hand and footprints of the stars, and we really wanted to be on like the R2 and 3 on the Star Wars cement slab, but that was too close to the sidewalk, and they wanted us pushed away from that. Mm-hmm. But I know you wanted to sleep on Harrison Ford's footprints. Yeah, I know. One night I got up. It's like, hey, where's Sarah? Oh, she's over there on Harrison Ford's handprints. We didn't record that, unfortunately.
Oh, no, we didn't.
Now, during the Force Awakens week, we recorded directly from the line with our good friends Matt Baird and Emelia Lindgren. So here's a highlight. We're going to play a couple of highlights.
Yes.
A whole bunch of highlights from one of these recordings. Unfortunately, we didn't get video or pictures, so we just inserted some stock pics of Santa and the menorah.
What?
Yes, you heard that right.
You know what? This proves we're recording right now in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Because you hear all the sirens. Wait, here comes Santa again.
Oh my goodness, Santa!
Is coming by on a flatbed truck. Here he comes.
What kind of truck?
Santa Claus and the elf on Hollywood Boulevard. Santa! Santa!
What is that?
It's a random Santa drive-by.
I don't get it. Who hired him?
What's going on? It's a menorah! Woo! Happy Hanukkah, everyone!
We've seen Santa Claus, and we've just saw a roll-by menorah.
I'm kind of disturbed by the fact that it said mitzvah tank on the side. Is that like a tank that fires shells and has treads? And a mitzvah is a gift. So it's a gift tank? Who are they giving a tank?
It's gonna fire those candlesticks at everybody.
Gun is there, yeah.
All right, well, now everyone is represented except for the Wookiees. Where's the Life Day representation? I still remember that. We'd be recording, giving our thoughts and predictions, and all of a sudden Santa would ride by, and
oh my gosh,
a car with a big menorah would ride by.
Yeah, someone with loudspeakers would ride by, of course. Oh, how funny.
Wolverine would walk by, and Spider-Man would be right there. I so wish we had video of all of this.
I do. Me too. We weren't doing a video podcast at that point.
Yeah. I wish
just
we took
audio.
more pictures, but I think we were so cold that our fingers were like freezing, and
yeah.
I think the microphones stuck to our hands. Like that's the best we could do.
Yeah, it really was. All right, well, now during our recordings, we did speak with Obi-Shawn Crosby, who you just heard in that previous clip, extensively about the line. Rick Peralta filled us in last week on the logistics of the line, but here is Obi-Shawn sharing some more great info about the difference between the prequel and sequel lines.
And this line's a little different because I worked since April, since Star Wars Celebration, with the El Capitan. I worked with the Chinese theater, planning all of this out. We had an embarrassment of riches where the Disney's El Capitan theater desperately wanted us there. The Chinese jumped in and went, no, you can't go there. And we had to have a vote, which basically decided people wanted to sleep on footprints. So here we are at the Chinese. But this embarrassment of riches where the past lines, we were not allowed on property, really.
Wow.
And we were in the parking lot around the corner. Now we're valued guests, and the TCL Chinese Theater is actually helping us out, and they are welcoming us. They're making sure we're comfortable, and
We can use their bathrooms.
we can use the bathrooms. They're validating parking for us. They're doing all sorts of amazing things that they really don't have to do. And they want to make our premiere here at 7 o'clock, the Thursday the film opens on the 17th. They want to make it the best thing possible. And that is a huge change from what we've done. So we feel really blessed to be here. And the fact that we're welcomed with open arms as fans shows you the 10-year difference in how geek culture is so prevalent and accepted, and people are okay to identify as geeks.
So this opens up the question, where will we hold the line for The Mandalorian and Grogu?
Where do you think?
Well, the winning theater will be whoever provides us with the better bathrooms.
Oh! That is definitely a consideration.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to say, nothing can compare to the awesome women's restroom at the TCL Chinese Theater, which takes up about half the basement. Now, the men's bathroom is, on the regular floor? Or do you have to go downstairs too?
You know what? I don't...
You
I don't
remember?
know.
Okay. Well, the women's
I maybe
restroom...
used it only once.
The women's restroom is amazing. It's almost like you're going into a premiere when you're walking into the restroom, because you go down this flight of stairs that's very fancy, and then you get to this circular lounge area, which has mirrors set up at different points, and there's little vanities, and you can sit on little stools and do your makeup in front of these mirrors. And then you walk into the actual restroom portion, which has two sides. So they are prepared for lots of women to do all their restroom needs, and it's amazing. So that's my vote, TCL Chinese Theater.
I don't think the men's room is anything like that. I think it's got one stall and a urinal and a sink.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Maybe a paper towel roll.
But it is amazing. And yes, Julie says yes, it's very old Hollywood. Yes, that's a good way to describe it, Julie.
Now, during The Force Awakens here, 3 theaters played the film. There was the Chinese theater, there was the El Capitan, and the Dolby Theater. Dolby Theater, that was the big theater where they had all these stars and the filmmakers doing all their presentations.
Are you talking about
when we finally saw the film?
Oh, yeah.
It was 3 theaters playing. It was like Star Wars Street on Hollywood Boulevard.
It was so
3
cool.
theaters playing Star Wars. The El Capitan had the movie marathon.
That's right.
But now, I don't know. What do you think? I know Obi-Shawn was saying that each theater wanted liningup.net, and I think now that Disney really has their hold on Star Wars, will they say come to the El Capitan? But there's no room there. There's no forecourt.
There really is not. No, the Chinese theater has a nice forecourt, and it has the nice restrooms.
Yeah.
So really, that's the best spot.
And it's part of Star Wars history.
Yeah. I mean, you can't... Everyone sees that image in their heads of Star Wars opening week or
right.
the second week where it was playing at the Chinese theater.
and the El Capitana's got this little tiny walkway. You can maybe fit 2 tents in there.
That's right. Yeah, it's like the alleyway beside. That's where
Oh.
we'd probably have to do it, and it
Oh.
smells down there.
Yeah.
It's not good.
Okay, so I think our choice
Our
is
choice is clear.
yeah, TCL Man's
Oh, you almost had it. Darn it. TCL,
TCL Chinese Theater
IMAX.
El Capitan. IMAX.
Exactly.
All right. So now we're going to bring you to the Force Awakens Global Press Conference held at the Los Angeles Convention Center, the same place that Star Wars Celebration 2027 will be held.
Yes.
Oh, the circle is now complete. Now, since The Force Awakens had such a huge cast, they had to break it down into 2 sections, the press event into 2 sections. The first one included Lawrence Kasdan, Carrie Fisher, Adam Driver, Lupita Nyong'o, Daisy Ridley, and J.J. Abrams. And the second set included Harrison Ford, Kathleen Kennedy, John Boyega, Gwendolyn Christie, and Oscar Isaac.
So the moderator was Mindy Kaling, which no one could have predicted that, but she did an excellent job. She really kept the energy up in the room. She would add a dash of funny or just like a left field question here and there. And so come with us now as we try to figure out how to get in to the press conference. And once we do, we really were like kids in a candy store. So we're going to roll in some highlights with our original wraparounds for the clips. We were walking in, we weren't really sure where to go, and then we saw this sign, SWVIP this way. And we're like,
What
I
could
think
that
means
mean?
us.
We're smart. We're educated.
Yeah, so we went that way, and it pointed us in the direction of this very obscure curtain.
This was like a 50-foot curtain
Yeah.
leading into a lobby lounge area.
Right, but there was no, like doors or signage anywhere.
Yeah,
you just had to know where to go.
One very buff security guard standing outside.
Yeah.
Gotta give him a password or a secret handshake or something.
Yeah.
But we just ran right past. They're like, okay, we're here. Sign us up. Sign us up. Let's get inside.
So we walk in and we were asked to choose dark side or light. And I chose light.
So instead of having 2 of the same bracelets,
Yes.
I chose dark side.
Yes.
That way we could have
So-
1 of each.
Yes, so they were black bracelets with Star Wars The Force Awakens on it. And there were those like rubber bracelets that you get.
Yeah.
That was
And they were giving us swag tickets, and already the fun was beginning. I walked in a few minutes before you, Sarah, and I'm taking this all in. There's just stuff to do everywhere.
Yes.
It was like a little celebration convention, which I was not expecting. And they said, we're going to provide lunch. And we were both starving.
Uh-huh.
We were starving, but with so much to do, is food an afterthought.
Yeah, we weren't really thinking about food.
And as you came to join me, I hear a Richard. I turn around and there's someone I don't recognize. And he comes over and gives me a big hug. It's like, wait a minute, I know that voice. It's our good friend from the UK, Simon Wilkie.
Yay!
Yeah, and as a side thought here, how come we never see Simon Wilkie and C-3PO in the same room together?
I don't know, at the same time, me either.
So it was fantastic seeing him because we had spoken to him so many times on Skype and on the show.
Yes.
Now to see him in person was just phenomenal.
It was amazing. And so we walk in, and the first booth I see, Disney Infinity. The Disney Infinity booth where we got to walk up and get some free Kylo Ren's, the Disney Infinity figure. I was very excited. Well, I got to play a little bit of Disney Infinity with Poe Dameron and with Rey. Now, Poe was fun. He had his blaster, and I forget his special move at this point, but when I put Rey on the stand and started playing with her, oh my gosh, she kicks butt. Because she has her staff, and she twirls it around. So if you love playing with Ahsoka, who twirls around her lightsabers, Rey, you will love playing with Rey. She kicks butt too, and it was so much fun. So
and right beside the Disney Infinity, didn't they have Battlefront?
Yes, they did. They had Battlefront. I did not get a chance to play that. There's so much going on.
Yeah, so much going on, and so many people coming over to us, and they recognized the shirts we were wearing, Skywalking through Neverland.
And we recognized a few people too. So yeah, Trisha Barr was there.
Barr
so I got to
was
see
there,
my fangirlfriend. Yay!
Yeah. I was very happy that she could be there.
Yes.
Yeah,
Share
and
this with
Eric
her.
Geller was there.
Uh-huh.
And a whole bunch of podcasters and vloggers and bloggers and journalists, and it was great. And we got to go. We got to share this experience with them, which is always fun, sharing it with your close friends.
Absolutely. Definitely. it's just cool. So every time we come together, it's like a mini family reunion. It's really neat.
Yeah. As swag, they gave us 2 of those cardboard viewfinders.
Yes.
Now, are those weren't exclusive to the press junket? You
No,
can get
they
those
weren't.
at Verizon.
You can get them at Verizon stores. I know they were released, I believe, on Wednesday of last week. So you could go to certain Verizon stores, like corporate ones, and get those for free. And I don't know if they cost anything or if they're free if you go to the right store.
So children of the 70s, you'll know what I mean by the viewfinders. And then on the other side of the room, they had a big Force Awakens backdrop, just the logos. And that was a photo op moment where you can get a photo with the screen used BB-8.
Yes.
I just, my head was just blowing up.
He moved and he talked.
Yeah.
And he beeped.
He is small.
In order to take a photo with him, you really had to sit down on the floor right next to him. It was so cute.
And the guys operating BB-8 were the actual operators in The Force Awakens.
Yes.
I asked them for an interview, but they would have loved to have talked to us, but they had to go through lawyers and publicists and representatives and
silly.
Yeah, it was really hard.
Silly.
Yeah, but that was fantastic. And if you look at our Facebook page, I'm sure you'll see lots and lots of pictures of me and Sarah cuddling with BB-8.
Yes, and we could also every so often BB-8 would go away and take a little nap, and C-3PO and R2-D2 would come out.
And I would turn around and say, "Hey, Simon, look, it's where did Simon go?"
Yeah, I don't know.
Where's 3PO? Have you seen Simon?
He never got to see 3PO, and he was so shiny.
He was very, very shiny.
Shiny and gold.
Now, one of my favorite vendors in this room was Ample Hill Creamery.
Or the ice cream booth.
The ice cream booth, yeah. Now, these people are doing licensed Star Wars ice cream.
Yeah, the light side and the dark side.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
So we spoke to Brian Smith, and this is what he has to say about the new Star Wars ice cream.
So we have a light side and a dark side flavor. Our dark side flavor is a dark chocolate with espresso brownies, homemade chocolate crispies, and little white chocolate pearls that represent the light still lurking within the dark side. On our light side, we have the inverse. We have a marshmallow ice cream, our brightest, purest ice cream, with regular Krispies and just a little bit of Cocoa Krispies to represent the dark that's still hiding there in the light. We ship those 2 flavors of ice cream anywhere in the country on dry ice to your home.
Ship it on dry ice.
On dry ice. You can even play with carbonite Han Solo kind of thing once you get your dry ice at home. But yes, the ice cream arrives frozen in 24 to 48 hours, and we do 2 pints of the light side and 2 pints of the dark side in a box, in a case. Makes a good gift. AmpleHills.com.
And this is not sold retail yet.
It's not sold anywhere else except for online. It's an exclusive, limited edition, collectible plastic pint container. Our light side pints have BB-8 and Chewbacca on them, and our dark side pints have Kylo Ren on them.
And so how did you decide what side had what flavor?
Yeah. Well, we knew with the dark side it had to be a deep, deep, dark chocolate. And so that was the base. And then we knew with the light side it needed to be the whitest ice cream we could make. And instead of vanilla, which seemed a little boring, we went with marshmallow because it just seemed so ethereal and light and airy and pure. And then I wanted to keep thinking of deeper and levels. My background's actually in screenwriting. I wrote a bunch of bad TV movies, sci-fi TV movie of the week. So I really wanted to tell a story with these 2 flavors. And so that's why we sort of introduced the idea of like a little bit of light within the dark side and a little bit of dark within the light side, which is what the movies are about, that sort of battle between good and evil within individuals.
And which side has been more popular, dark side or the light side?
Well, I would say it's the dark side's probably been more popular. It's that deep, dark chocolate which really gets people, I think.
And will this ever be sold retail?
I don't think so. I think it's just going to be online only as a really special limited edition kind of pint.
And I had a little bit of it, and it's very good. I like the light side a little bit better. It had a little bit more of a crunch to it, and you were saying that's a Rice Krispie treat?
Yes, we make our own homemade Rice Krispie treats. We make all of this ice cream in Brooklyn, in our Gowanus location in Brooklyn. Everything's made from scratch, all the brownies, all the Rice Krispies, and you can get all of our ice cream on AmpleHills.com.
And are we going to see more Star Wars ice cream to come?
I certainly hope so. Stay tuned.
What would be one of your flavors that you'd really want to test out?
For Star Wars? Oh, boy. I don't know. I haven't gotten past thinking through the dark side and the light side yet. I'm going to really have to think about that one.
What about like different flavors for different planets? Like Tatooine.
Yes, that's right. Tatooine, Hoth, something white, something frozen. I know. I thought a lot about Mos Eisley and the cantina there, but we did a lot of thinking through ideas. But ultimately, we stepped back to just a more general thought about dark side and light side. But that's true. There are endless possibilities.
I'm guessing the Mos Eisley cantina would have more of a rum flavor.
That's right. That would be good.
Run with it.
Adults, exactly.
All right, tell us one more time where we can get your ice cream, because I had it and it's really good, and I want to make sure all the Skywalkers get some of this.
You got it. You can get our ice cream at amplehills.com. $36 for 4 pints, 2 pints of the light side, 2 pints of the dark side, plus shipping anywhere in the U.S.
How long does it take to get the ice cream? Because I'm sure that dry ice only helps so long.
24 hours, 48 hours. We do 2-day shipping or 1-day shipping, depending on what you want to pay to get it to your door. But the dry ice works.
And once again, it's very, very good. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks so much. Now, there was a long hallway from the main room
Oh, yeah.
that had screen-used costumes.
Now, this was the hallway you wanted to be in.
Yes, so we went in there pretty early because we had got there so early, and we were looking. There was Han Solo's outfit. There was Leia's outfit right next to him, a Kylo Ren outfit.
These are all screen-used suits.
Screen-used. Amazing.
Yeah, there was a flame trooper suit.
Yep.
There was a snow trooper suit, a First Order snow trooper suit. And this was really the hallway to the stars, because this is the hallway where they would usher all the actors from one room to the next for their interviews.
Yes. So we happened to be in that hallway with about maybe, 5 other people just kind of looking at the costumes. And there's this entourage just kind of heading toward us. And we look. Oh my gosh, it was Harrison Ford. It was Harrison Ford walking. And we were like kind of in the middle of the hallway, kind of blocking the way, just talking.
Yeah.
And here comes Harrison Ford.
And I've got to master his walk. No one walks like Harrison Ford.
I know. I think you elbowed me. He's walking like Han Solo.
I just couldn't get over that.
I know.
I can't put my finger on what exactly it is about the Harrison Ford walk, but he has a very distinguishable walk.
It's
Yeah.
Harrison. It's
And
Han
they were
Solo.
passing right by us. I thought, I'm going to regret it if I don't do this. I stuck my hand out and just said, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he shook my hand and
his hand.
said, oh, my pleasure, my pleasure.
And he was so accommodating.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
And he looked at me
He-
right after
he
you
did.
shook your hand. I was in my BB-8 dress. Yay. Hi, hon. He looked at me. Meh.
And Sarah, I don't know why you said this, but you said, my hands are dirty, Harrison. My hands are dirty.
I did not. I wish I did.
My hands are dirty too. What are you afraid of?
Darn it. If I could have, I would have loved to have just given him a big hug.
Someday. It's not over yet.
I know.
It's not over yet. So that was fun. And then a couple of minutes later, J.J. Abrams walks by.
Now I missed that one. Did you say anything to him?
Yes, I did. I said, this.
What? Did you record it?
No, just the word, this. Remember on Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy asked him, what is the first word in The Force Awakens?
What's the first word of the movie?
The first word?
Yeah.
Spoken?
Yes, the first spoken word in the film.
Ready?
Yes.
This.
This will begin to make things right.
Did he say anything back to you?
He turned around and gave me a smile like, oh, okay, I just connected with you.
Aww.
So that was awesome. 'Cause
Yay.
He walked by everybody else, but he looked me right in the eye.
Nice.
Because I had made that one little connection with him. So that was really awesome.
Great. So
And
cool.
then after that, we got our friends, Trisha and Eric, we got in line because we wanted to be one of the first ones in the press room, because people were starting to line up now to get into the press room where all the actors were going to be.
Like over half an hour before, which never happens at press junkets, by the way.
Right.
But this is the Force Awakens press junket.
Yeah. So we signed up, and as soon as they got our names, we zoomed right to the front row. The front row.
We were in the front row. We got some awesome pictures.
Yeah, and it was amazing. I mean, we've been to lots of press conferences, but this was just truly amazing. You'll be able to hear it right from where we were sitting, like as if all the Skywalkers were sitting right there with us.
And occasionally you'll hear, well, a lot of times you'll hear Richard and I laugh. Occasionally Trisha Barr too, because you can hear all of us kind of. It's really funny. I love it.
So, let's do this. Let's go through the best of clips.
Yes, the best of moments.
So we pulled some moments here from the raw audio, in case you had missed it, and we're going to play for you some of the fun sound bites.
Yes. So first of all, who walks out to host this conference?
And I'm thinking, is it going to be Bresnahan from Entertainment Weekly?
Bresnahan?
Yeah.
Right.
I'm thinking, is it going to be maybe Chris Hardwick?
Right, yeah. Could have been him.
And
but
I think maybe at the 351st on my list of people who could have possibly have hosted this.
Mindy Kaling.
Mindy Kaling from The Office. And it was funny when she walked up on stage, everyone was like, what?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
It was funny. But she ended up being super fun and then having some good questions. It was obvious she had listened to a bunch of the press coverage from the past week and decided to ask some different questions. So let's go into a little of these.
All right. First up, let's play this clip here. We know so little about Kylo Ren until now. Here is Adam Driver giving us some background on Kylo Ren.
Kylo Ren looks hilarious and normal. Again, I have not seen the movie, but in all seriousness, he seems very focused and obsessed. And in my mind, he's like Robert De Niro's character in King of Comedy. Is any of this even approximating the truth? Again, I've not seen the movie. If so, I'm a genius. If not, then what is he like?
Kylo Ren, Rupert Pumpkin is what you're
Is he Rupert Pumpkin? And Lawrence, you can answer this question too.
Yeah, he makes a lot of videos for his mom.
He makes a lot of videos for his mom, lives in his basement.
He's a great cook. He's a Scorpio. I think he's very unpolished and unfinished. And I think what JJ and Larry did, keeping all the vocabulary that everyone's very familiar with of Star Wars and the dark side, and keeping that very much intact, but also adding a kind of recklessness or something that's kind of unneat about it that I think people normally associate with the dark side being organized and very, in control and calm and in command.
I think of the dark side as extremely organized.
Right.
Extremely organized in a very evil way.
Yeah.
Is that something that you've continued?
Well, Larry, if you want to speak to this, but one of our thoughts was to try and do something that felt a little bit different in that regard.
Yes, and that's why we were so excited about Adam playing this part, because there's never been a character like Kylo in the saga. And no, he hasn't got his shit all together, I would say. And Adam acts it so beautifully, because what you're looking at is, you expect this is some evil genius, but what you're getting is all the contradictions and the conflict that people feel. Any one of us can feel at any moment. That's what's so amazing about it, and I think that's what's unique about what Adam has done.
That excites me. That tells me that we have a major villain who doesn't really have all of his together.
Yeah,
Thanks,
he's out
Lawrence.
of control. He's out of control.
Yeah, which is very, very exciting.
Yeah.
The possibilities are endless.
Yeah.
Whereas if you have villains like even the Emperor or Darth Vader, they had things under control. So you knew where they were going to go, what they were going to do. They had things organized.
Right.
This guy, he's like almost like the Joker in that second Batman movie, The Dark Knight is here.
I forget,
I
but
don't
yes.
know. But you see where I'm going.
Yes.
So this guy is just a recluse. He's
Yeah.
just reckless out there. And Kylo Ren, he's a Scorpio. And he likes to cook.
Who knew?
Not me. Not me. So this next reporter asks JJ, what is the most important thing you bring from the original trilogy?
What was the most important thing to bring to The Force Awakens from the original trilogy to you?
When Kathleen Kennedy and Larry and I started talking about what this was at the very beginning, the fundamental question was, what did we want to feel? And what did we want people to feel when they came to this movie? And that was really the beginning of the discussion. And the answer was the kind of sense of discovery, exhilaration, surprise the comedy that George Lucas put into Star Wars kind of was for me the thing that made me love the movie. But when you look at all the things that he got right, it's impossible and stunning. And so for us, at the very beginning, it was really about knowing why we were telling this story, and it was to give people that sense of possibility and magic that we all felt when we first saw the original Star Wars. But I will just say that this is all to tell a new story, meaning it's not a nostalgia trip. We had to go backwards in order to go forwards. And if you look at 4, 5, and 6, those are stories that continue. This is 7. So the history of 7 will be what we've seen before. So the fabric needed to be that we are familiar with in order to tell a brand new story.
Wow, those are exciting words. I think it's exciting. That this bodes very well, and you can really tell that second teaser trailer is really what the tone of this film is going to be. At least what JJ and Kathleen and Lawrence Kasdan all put into it.
Yeah, I love how he says he's bringing the magic into this.
Yep.
Because if you really could describe the Star Wars experience, the original Star Wars, I would say it is magic. And I've never heard that word used before to describe Star Wars. And that's what it was.
That's what it is.
It was something that was sudden. It's like magic. It's suddenly here. It's suddenly here. It suddenly appears.
You know what's interesting about that word? Disney is a branded magic.
Very true.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Next up.
Next up.
So we were sitting almost behind Mindy Kaling.
Yeah.
And
you can see from our pictures.
Yeah. And so when all the actors would look at her, we were like right over her shoulder.
Yep.
And unfortunately, she wasn't looking behind her to see who was raising their hand and asking questions.
Right.
And I thought, I'll never get my question answered. Never, ever. Oh! And this guy comes from nowhere and hands me a microphone. Like, well, where'd you come from?
Yeah.
It's like magic. So he hands me the microphone, and I was like, oh.
Did you have a question chambered?
I had about 20 questions chambered.
Of course.
And so I asked them, and this question just popped in my head. I was going to ask, where's Luke? But I know what they would have said. They would have said, yeah, we can't answer that. Be at the theater near you on December 18th.
Right.
So this question popped in my head. What was the scariest moment for each of you that first day of production?
Well, we should listen to you say it.
Oh, okay. Hey there, I'm Rich Woloski from Skywalking through Neverland. I'd like to know from each of you, what was the scariest moment on your very first day of production, or what was the scariest scene to write from Mr. Kasdan?
You know, I don't associate the process with fear. JJ and I jumped into the thing under a lot of time pressure, and we had fun. And in fact, the first day that we started real work on it, we said, you know, we must have fun with this every day. It's really a privilege, and you have to be very lucky to get to write the next Star Wars. And so we didn't really have fear. I think we had trepidation about fulfilling people's expectations, that they be satisfied with what we came out with. But we didn't want them to know what we were going to come up with, and we wanted that this moment that's coming up next week would be a fresh moment for as many people in the world who were interested in it. So that's the only pressure is, can you do something that's worth that much anticipation?
Not remembering my lines. That was scary. No, and I also, I'm the custodian of Princess Leia, so I never got out of character. And I wondered if that would be noticed. No, but I was very nervous. Just it's been 40 years for other people it's been a long time, and I don't like looking at myself at this age in a large way. So that was scary, and remains so.
This question.
Are we going through? Lupita, please.
For me, it was playing a motion capture character. This was something completely new to me. And walking into a room, I had to do this thing where they had to take my picture from all directions at one time. And I had to stand in the middle, and there was 360 cameras all around me. And that freaked me out.
I don't know. I guess I'm kind of terrified before most jobs. So the prospect of this, the Star Wars and all the kind of iconography associated with it. Like I tried to not think about as much as possible. So maybe when it first started, and then kind of suppressing that as much as possible and trying to break it up into moments, and then that way. But I don't remember like one thing in particular that seemed particularly terrifying.
My whole first day was pretty terrifying. I couldn't find a moment that was any less or more than the other. I think for me it's being cast in a role, as everyone knows, I've not really done much before. So other people saw something in me that perhaps I didn't see myself, and I'm still not quite sure if it's there. So the fear of not fulfilling that potential was terrifying.
Just listening to what Lupita was saying, it just reminded me, people have said to me, I don't understand, you cast someone so beautiful as Lupita, and then you had her be a motion capture character, and I think, would it be okay if she were ugly? Like, what like, yeah, you know, anyway, I cannot wait for you to see the work that everyone on this couch has done in the movie. The scariest day for me was when Harrison Ford was injured, which was just absolutely hideous. But the every day felt like there were challenges because I knew how important this was to so many people, and that was never a presence that went away. And so every decision I knew had this importance, and yet we had a day to make, we had a story to tell, and it was always about trying to do the best work possible.
Now, from having worked on many film sets, I know that first day can just be horrendous. Everyone's nervous. Oh, we were just brought hot chocolate.
Wow.
This is great. This is the best line ever. This line is even better than for Alvin and the Chipmunks. Much better.
Oh my goodness.
All right, so like I was saying, I've worked on sets on the first day. People are starting to get used to each other. No one wants to mess up, forget their lines. So I really thought on a Star Wars set, with so much riding on every single word, every single shot, every single movement of the actors, what was their scariest moment? And I thought it was a fun question.
And it was so exciting because each one of the people were able to answer the question and looked right at you when they did.
Yeah, that was, and I gotta tell you, I got kind of nervous. Because each one is looking right at me, and I'm doing my head bobbing. I'm nodding.
But were you listening to what they were saying?
My head was just dripping dripping with midichlorians. Yeah, I couldn't really focus on what they were saying. But I could say the one that really got to me was Adam Driver. I know we have to hate him in The Force Awakens, but yet he's got this very soulful look. It's almost like he's apologizing for talking.
Yeah.
That's kind of the impression I get from Adam Driver.
That is
it's
a
like,
good impression.
Can you listen to me, please?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, Adam, I'm here for you. I'm here for you, buddy. And each one, and JJ was craning his neck around to look at me. It was one of those moments where your whole world just goes blank. You know what? And afterwards, I wanted to go over to that man who handed me the microphone and thank him.
Thank him, yeah.
And I couldn't find him.
Oh.
So whoever you are, thank you very much.
Yes. Another of the press event's highlights, of course, featured Carrie Fisher and her incomparable wit.
Now, you just know that someone from Disney is always standing by when Carrie Fisher goes up on a panel at a press conference ready to pull that fire alarm because she's been known to say some risque things or things that you weren't expecting.
Very true. Maybe not aligning with the brand.
Right.
Totally.
Yeah, so let's see if they pulled the fire alarm this time.
Hi, so this question is for Carrie and Daisy. Can you talk a little bit about bringing out the girl power in the original trilogy and also The Force Awakens?
No. Daisy?
You began this whole thing.
I am the beginning of girl power.
Yes.
Woohoo! Deal with it! No, I did. I got to be the only girl on the all-boys set, which was really fun. to put things in their drinks and stuff like that. We drank through the whole trilogy in the beginning. This was a sober set, so that's what JJ brought to this, was sobriety. Girl power, she's more powerful in the girl power. Yes, I'm louder than you. So she takes on the physical power, and then I scream at them until they pass out. Not scream, I make fun of them. That was what was really fun about doing anything that girl power-esque, is bossing men around. I know a lot of you women out there haven't done that yet, and I encourage you to do so later this afternoon.
So I'm going to take Carrie's words to heart and boss you around some this afternoon. What do you think?
Well, you do anyway.
I know.
You don't need Carrie Fisher's blessing.
I don't. Trisha Barr called me the general, and I take that to heart. I love it.
You're more of the Grand Moff.
Oh, wow.
Now, I can only imagine someone from Disney going, "Where is that fire alarm? Please, where? I thought it was right here. Where is this?"
Now, I do have to say, I love the fact that Carrie says no to the yes or no question of the press. She really did ask, can you talk about this?
Yeah.
No, says Carrie, because he gave a yes or no question. Now, we prepared questions for dozens of press conferences at this point, and usually the first questions that pop into your head are yes or no questions. That's just, the simple questions come up first, and then you have to, craft it in a way that will get the best answer from the people you're talking to. And so you, recraft the question so it's not a yes or no question, so they can't do that.
Yeah, never ask a yes or no question.
Yeah.
Never. How you feel about something, please describe. But
yeah.
All right, now, you got to love Carrie Fisher.
Mm-hmm.
But I think she could have taken this more seriously.
Yeah.
I mean, this goes back to 1977, and at this point, how many strong princesses, female characters did we have?
Mm-hmm.
Every single character in her position was a damsel in distress. She wasn't. She told Han and Luke to get in that trash compactor, get over here, get over there, move this walking carpet.
Yeah.
So I think she could have taken it a little bit more seriously and said how she really felt, but maybe it just took her off guard. And these are actors that are used to scripts,
right?
Unless you've had some amazing media training like Hermione.
Oh, yes.
Watson.
Yeah.
Emma Watson.
Right.
Yeah, her answers are impeccable.
Oh yeah. Oh my goodness. Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, you know what? Gotta love Carrie, but yeah, she could have taken that one a little bit more seriously.
But I did like her encouraging us to boss people around. I took that one to heart.
So now you can blame Carrie for that.
I can. Thank you,
All
Carrie.
Right. Let's go back to 2015, shall we?
Sure.
And here we are with our friend Emelia Lindgren, where you two talk about your Star Wars crushes. And then we're going to roll into some more press event highlights from the second panel set at the press conference.
First one. How in love I am with Oscar Isaac. I want to marry him. If you hear this, Oscar Isaac, just look me up on Facebook, Emelia Lindgren. I want to marry you.
Awesome. Gwendolyn Christie.
Gwendolyn Christie, yes.
I love her.
Yes.
Huge fan.
Okay, we have lots of clips from her coming up because, oh my goodness, how eloquent. Well, okay, so I want to pause before we play another clip. I just want to say, this is where I got Twitter pated.
For Gwendolyn Christie?
No.
I can see that.
No. For
What?
Harrison Ford.
Oh, Harrison Ford, of course.
Okay, so they all came up on the stage, and then all of a sudden, they're all settling on the couch. It's a big, long couch.
It's the Celebration Anaheim
It was. The
couches.
big white couch.
Yeah.
Yes. So they were all settling on the couch, and someone said something funny. I think it was Mindy Kaling. And Harrison Ford just gets this big grin, starts almost laughing, and it was the same. It was the same grin that he says, when he says,
Scoundrel. Scoundrel.
to Leia in the love scene, and oh my gosh. And he was so close to me, and I was like, oh, man, this is Han Solo. He's grinning. Look at him. You can almost hear me on the track. So I just, at that moment, I think my Star Wars fandom is really just all about Han Solo. I think I learned that about myself.
Fandom isn't about Han Solo. Young Harrison Ford is probably the hottest thing ever created in the last century.
Yeah, it was amazing. So I love me my scoundrel.
You know,
Okay.
I was kind of feeling the same way about Gwendolyn Christie up there.
Okay.
She's just like a big doll.
Oh my goodness, her face is like porcelain.
Yeah.
And yet, and her hair's blonde, and yet the dichotomy of her being so tall and like this giant of a woman, and yet she's so doll-like.
Yeah, very porcelain doll-like.
Yeah.
But yet,
And so eloquent.
and I'm not kidding when I say she is literally 25 feet tall. And
With or without heels.
you would think I'm exaggerating, but with the heels, 25 feet, 5 inches.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, she's really, really tall. But she's got this very cute, innocent face.
Uh-huh. Absolutely.
Innocent in Game of Thrones when she's beating up the hound.
No, it wasn't.
No, and you would never think that Gwendolyn Christie up on stage was the same Brienne of Tarth from Game of Thrones.
But funnily enough, Game of Thrones did come up because the cast was asked about their favorite fan rumors. So, first of all, John Boyega jumps in, but then Gwendolyn Christie has something to say. Let's listen.
I remember reading the theory that Finn is Mace Windu's grandson or something like that. And I was at a party and someone behind me just tapped me on the shoulder and was just like, "Yo, Black Jedi!" I turned around, it was Samuel Jackson. He's like, "You my son!" And so that was a moment that was quite profound for me.
It's absolutely impossible to follow what John has just said. And I have not, maybe I should start, shouldn't I? I've not followed any fan theories at all. I'm just going to say because I've been busy with Game of Thrones.
Woo! Is Jon Snow alive or dead?
I only read my bits in the script. I've got no idea.
So, John Boyega's story, that's hilarious.
Yeah, I want to see a photo of those two.
I know.
That would be hilarious.
Oh my goodness. I'm sure there is one that we didn't follow, but that's so
Yeah.
funny. and then leading it into the Game of Thrones thing with Gwendolyn. Oh my goodness. I love it. Speaking of Gwendolyn, I mentioned how she's so eloquent, and I just have to play this clip. When Gwendolyn was asked, other than Captain Phasma, what character would she like to play? And her answer was just absolutely fabulous.
Someone that I would be suited to, or just someone I'd like to play?
Both. It's an interesting challenge.
Oh, both. That's tough. A character I don't really think I would particularly be suited to, but would definitely like to play, is, of course, Han Solo.
You have swagger. I think that's a defining characteristic.
I might have just like a modicum of swagger opposed to the Grand Canyon that's at the end of the sofa.
The Grand Canyon of swagger.
Just a modicum of swagger.
Nicely put, Gwendolyn.
Yes. Okay, can we just get into my most emotional moment? Can we say a
please.
little bit of this?
Please.
Okay. So, my most emotional moment was when Harrison Ford, he was asked when coming back to play Han Solo, what was that like? And so he answers, but then Kathleen Kennedy jumps in and I got teary-eyed.
It seemed easy to come back to the character. Clothes make the man. I had walked more than a mile in those boots. I'd been having a real good time with J.J. Abrams talking about it and getting ready for the adventure of filming. So it was easy.
I can attest to the fact that for all of us that were there, the second he walked in to the Millennium Falcon and said his first line, Han Solo was back.
Chewie, we're home.
I'm getting teary-eyed again.
That must have been that must have been a very long day,
Uh-huh.
first day of production. Because when every character would walk up, everyone would the whole crew would just have to stop. And applaud. And after they've done their take, I'm sure the cameras kept rolling because no one yelled cut because they were just so in the moment.
Can you imagine though, like Han Solo walk? Oh man, that's amazing. Okay, that was my emotional moment.
That's what really sold that moment in the trailer. That Chewie were home because we saw Han and Chewie in the Millennium Falcon.
Yes, this movie is made by fans for fans for sure. I mean,
Yeah,
okay.
this is the best fan film ever made.
Yeah. Well, we'll see, but we're assuming.
Yeah, I don't think we have to assume anything.
Let's try to manage our expectations, but oh my gosh. Okay. Well, I had a funniest moment.
Okay.
Okay.
So you do your funniest moment, I'll do my funniest moment.
Okay. So for me, it was when the cast was asked what their favorite moment of the original trilogy was. Now, Gwendolyn Christie had, once again, a very eloquent answer. So we'll hear that, but my favorite answer was Harrison Ford's.
I just remember I was about 6 when I saw the film, and I remember being so struck by the character of Princess Leia and thinking, even then in my infant mind, this seems different to the other women I see in films. I'm feeling very, very inspired by that. And inspired by a woman with such tenacity and being so strong-minded. And I asked Carrie Fisher I said, I felt like watching your performance implanted a seed in my mind. And Carrie said that she did plant a seed actually in my mind.
I assume you're not talking about the scene in the snake bikini sitting on Jabba the Hutt's lap.
Not that, no. No, not that.
That's my favorite.
Okay, so he finally said what we were all thinking. I mean, just like, he's like acknowledging that he thought Princess Leia was hot. So I just thought that was cool. In real life, he was acknowledging that. I was like, man.
It was a very cool moment. Very cool. Now, my favorite moment came when Mindy Kaling, she would ask various actors. Now, in sports, athletes have a walkout song.
Walk-up song.
Walk-up song.
Yeah.
That's how little I know about sports. Walk up, walk down, walk sideways. And so she would ask them, what song do you hear in your head or what song would you want them to play
right
as you're walking up to the set or just walking into a room?
Yeah, I think what she actually meant was what was your character's walk-up song, but they never thought of that. They just thought of what theirs was.
Right.
Right.
And so, so Gwendolyn, this is a very Gwendolyn-heavy segment here.
It is, but she was just amazing. Like,
yeah. She couldn't think of the song, and all of a sudden, it came to her.
I'm trying to think of the name of it because it's just coursing through my brain now. Is that one that goes da-da-da, 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 da-da-da?
Led Zeppelin?
Yes.
What is it?
Led Zeppelin?
Yeah.
Kashmir, yeah. Kashmir.
Exactly that.
Led Zeppelin song. Okay, good to know.
Captain Phasma's theme. It's good. That's a good one.
We like that.
that was the whole cast joined in. I love it. That was a moment.
So they're all jamming to Kashmir by Led Zeppelin.
John Boyega, Gwendolyn Christie, and Poe Dameron. Oscar Isaac.
Oscar Isaac.
I know, I keep on calling him Poe. But yes, Oscar Isaac, we're all jamming, and it was awesome. So now, if you want to watch the entire part 1 and part 2 of the press conference, we've linked those videos in our show notes, or you can listen to them in our podcast feed from like 10 years ago. So scroll, scroll, scroll.
All right, so with that said, last night we watched The Force Awakens for the first time in
probably 5 years, I want to say.
Probably, yeah.
At least. So yeah, we watched it, and really, we watched it so that we could really wrap up our Force Awakens coverage with the perspective of 10 years. So Richard, what was your initial reaction, and how has that changed with time?
I don't think it changed at all. I loved it back then, and I loved it now. What a great film The Force Awakens is. We had so much fun watching it together again.
Mm-hmm.
And we never watch a film in one night. It takes us normally 3 to 4 nights to watch a movie.
Yeah.
We sat down, we watched it straight on through. Everyone was so on point. All the actors, including Daisy Ridley. This is one of her first big roles, or first roles ever. And she just knocked it out of the park. She was so genuine, so relatable. And I recall seeing The Force Awakens for the first time, going, wow, she's not even acting. She's just being. She's being Rey.
Yeah.
And I was just so bowled over by her performance.
Can I add to that, actually?
Sure.
So I feel like watching the actors interact with each other now after 10 years and what the sequel trilogy has become, I feel like it was so great. Finn and Poe, Finn and Rey, they have such great chemistry. And it really had me wishing that they would have built on that in the following 2 films. Because as you're watching the end of The Force Awakens, and Finn was knocked out, right, by Kylo Ren, and Rey returns with him, but then he's whisked away to the medical section, and Rey goes on her journey with Luke. They never interact until the very end of The Last Jedi. And I feel like they really lost some chemistry with that there. And she doesn't even meet Poe either until the very end of that. So I they had such great chemistry and so much potential there. And I wish it would have been built.
I'm going to go on record by saying I really like The Last Jedi, and I really like The Rise of Skywalkers. I love watching those films, but I'm very curious as to what would have happened if the story were written and directed by J.J. Abrams. And when I say the story, I mean the whole trilogy.
The whole through line of
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
And I think we would have seen a lot more of Finn and Rey.
Yeah.
And their Force connection.
That would have been really neat.
Yeah, because we had built everything up to who has the Force. We see Finn with the lightsaber in all the promotional pictures. So does he have the Force? But we know that Rey, as we see in the film, she's using the Force. But once again, I'm happy with what we got.
Oh, yeah. And they're so fun. Each of these movies are fun to watch on their own. I mean, I still remember sitting watching The Force Awakens for the first time from the skewed angle of the third row in the Chinese theater. Like, even when we put it on today, or last night, I was like, oh, I remember that skewed angle.
Yeah, we even sat down on the living room floor looking up at the TV screen.
Just so we could recreate that moment. And I love it because it's so intense, right? The whole film's so intense. And then Poe immediately breaks that tension, and the whole room just kind of burst into nervous laughter after he goes, so who talks first? You talk? I talk?
I can't hear you with all that apparatus.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, we've never seen this before. You're mouthing off to a major villain in the galaxy. Can you imagine Han Solo doing something like that?
Oh no, not
to Darth Vader.
No, not to Darth Vader. No. And then I remember people gasped when we all learned Kylo Ren's relationship to Han Solo.
Yeah, when Snoke reveals that. And it was fun to pause the film every time. It was like, oh, do you recall when we first saw that?
Yeah.
Like when Poe shoots at Kylo Ren in that Jakku village attack scene. And Kylo turns around and stops the laser bolt in midair. What?
Yeah.
What is happening with this? And we saw it in 3D, so it was like hanging right there in front of our faces. We could feel the heat from that laser.
Similarly with 3D, I mean, I got chills and tears when the lightsaber flies from the snow into Rey's hand and not Kylo Ren. It goes bursting past his face and goes into Rey's hand, and I just remember buzzing coming out of that first screening.
Yeah.
Oh, but upon rewatch of this time, we have been on the Rise of the Resistance ride at Disneyland, at Disneyland so many times at this point that when we got into the hangar of the First Order Star Destroyer, I was like reminded of, I've been there. We've been there.
There's that TIE fighter that hangs above us. And right now, all of those Imperial officers are telling us to, First Order officers telling us to move along. And here
Look,
we are.
that hallway, we get to walk down that hallway over there.
Yeah, take taking pictures in front of the stormtroopers, and I don't recall if Poe was taking pictures in front of the stormtroopers in the film, taking selfies.
No,
maybe.
I don't
yeah,
think so.
I don't think so either.
No.
Yeah. So it was fun reliving the scenes that really excited us, and it was also fun reliving the experience of 2015 when we got to hang out on Star Wars Street. Or Hollywood Boulevard, they're calling it now.
Yeah.
And just talking with our friends and just being happy, and everyone was just so happy with the holidays, happy with the Force Awakens. We're getting Star Wars again, and everything just kind of clicked into place.
It was so cool. What a time. What an experience. Amazing.
Now I can't wait until next year when we celebrate the 10th anniversary of Rogue One.
It's less than a year away. Oh, well, Rogue One, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I was like Mandalorian and Grogu, but yeah.
Yeah, we're coming up on
Rogue One.
all of these 10-year anniversaries now.
Well, I can't wait to experience the TCL line again, hopefully, for Mandalorian and Grogu in May.
Well, that wraps up episode 540 of Skywalking Through Neverland. We want to thank Disney and Lucasfilm for inviting us to the Force Awakens press carnival. And we want to thank all you Skywalkers for listening to the show, watching it on YouTube, and joining us in the Sky Chat. We really appreciate all the participation.
We love it. Yeah, so be sure to subscribe on YouTube and follow us on our socials at Skywalking Pod.
Yeah, and next week, we're going to do our year-end wrap-up.
Ooh, yes.
That was always so much fun with some special guests.
Yes.
Now, join us every Monday at 6 p.m. Pacific time for Things We Want to Share, our weekly live stream where we share stories of things we've done that week. We play lots of trivia. We invite the Skywalkers to come on and share things that you've done or share things you've just added to your collection, anything that you want to do. And even tonight, we're celebrating the last of Hanukkah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, as Glenn Stein had told us. Come on, Glenn, join us. Show us what you got for Hanukkah.
Yeah. And you can also get autographed copies of Today in Star Wars History, Parts 1 and 2, and Skywalking Through My Fandom at skywalkingthroughneverland.com/book. Right now, through the 24th, we have a 20% off special. So now is the time. Grab your books. They may not get here right in time for Christmas at this point, but you can still get them as some fun gifts. Now, do you want to support the show? You can join the Skywalking Force on Patreon for early access, no ads, and bonus episodes. And I think we're only 5 members away now from 50.
Woohoo.
Yeah, so we can't quite get to that line of 50. So if you want to, like, our lowest tier right now to join is $3 a month. And that gets you, like, no ads. It gets you sometimes episodes early. And it's a really good deal.
Maybe by your birthday, March 10th, we'll hit that 50 person, 50 Skywalker.
That's a good goal.
Yeah, 50 Skywalker bar.
Yeah. And we want to thank you so much to everyone already on board. You got a special treat in the mail this week, all of you from the Skywalking Force.
We also want to thank our sponsor, Small World Vacations, for their continued support. Their Disney and Universal trip planning service is free of charge. So visit smallworldvacations.com and tell them Skywalking Through Neverland sent you.
And remember, Spirit Jersey has their own Star Wars and Disney licensed clothing. You can buy it outside the parks. You can buy it on spiritjersey.com. And always get free shipping with our code SKYWLKNVD. The code is in our show notes and on screen on the YouTube version.
Now, we are part of the Skywalking Network.
Skynet.
Home to more great shows like Talking Apes,
Star Warsologies,
and the YouTube shows Collectopolis and
Today in Star Wars
History. Now, stick around for bloopers and other fun bits that didn't make it into the show right after the credits. And
always remember
to have a happy holiday.
And,
as Ben Kenobi would say, best. And Neverland on Alderaan. Happy 8th day of Hanukkah. Thanks for spending it with us.
Yeah, thank you, Glenn. Aw, that's very sweet.
Are you jogging between your parents and us? If so, we're most honored.
Yes.
All righty then.
How's that?
I'm sorry once again. You gotta see our holiday fighting. Oh.
We really need now.
Do these two ever stop fighting?
Okay, so are we ready, Richard? I need some holiday clappy claps from Holiday Elf.
Okay, coming up here. If Elf were to clap, that's how he would clap.
Yeah? And then add some waffles and some maple syrup to that?
Oh yeah, the three basic food groups.
Yes.
Sugar, candy
4.
canes.
Yeah.
And more sugar.
Waffles
and syrup.
And syrup.
Okay, we need to watch Elf tonight.
Yeah.
Before this ad, Fox kept things fresh by having R2, 3PO, and Vader put their footprints in cement in the Chinese food court. The forecourt. They really should have a food court on the forecourt, okay?
Emily Watson, right?
No. Where's Julie?
Julie. Why?
Emma Watson.
I'm gonna pause this. Were you good?
Yeah. Hey, look at those names to the left. They are part of the Skywalking Force, our Patreon.
Become a producer yourself and check out all the Disney Plus themed bonus content available depending on the level you subscribe.
Become a member of the elite Skywalking Force at skywalkingforce.com.